Adi. Let us continue our discourse about Islam.
All right, Jane. Where do we begin?
I had read something on pillars of Islam. Can you elaborate on that subject?
Glad to, Jane.
What are pillars of Islam?
The 5 pillars of Islam are the practical aspects of Islam. They are to make you conscious of God and to bring harmony and peace between the physical desires and spiritual needs of human being. The world is not an illusion to a Muslim. It is a place to work and enjoy, nourish physical and spiritual needs, care and love, forgive and respect others. A Muslim lives a righteous life in this world with a hope to enter paradise in the hereafter.
And the 5 pillars of Islam are?
Number 1 is the declaration of faith, Shahada, meaning to witness. It is to witness that there is no God but one God, and Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the messenger and servant of God. The declaration of Shahada is necessary if one is to be a Muslim and joins Muslims in worship. Number 2 is Salat, or worship. A Muslim has to worship God 5 times a day. It is better to worship in congregation in a mosque. One can still perform the worship at home, at work, or anywhere else. Friday is the sacred day of Islam. All Muslims are to leave their jobs and assemble in the central mosque of the area for a sermon and congregational worship at noon. Worship in Islam is a direct communication of an individual with God. It is a highly spiritual and a continuous reminder of one duty toward God. It is also highly social, teaching unity, equality, and the universality of Islam. These 5 prescribed prayers contain verses from the Quran and are said in Arabic, the language of the revelation. Personal supplications, however, can be offered in one's own language and at any time. Prayer times are at pre-dawn, noon, mid-afternoon, after sunset, and night. There is a prayer call. Before each prayer, call Azan. Want to hear Azan, Jane?
Yes. Please.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
I feel like crying. It is very touching.
Can we proceed?
Yes. Please.
Pillar number 3 is zakat, or charity. Islam is the first religion that made zakat obligatory on the rich to give to the poor. In Islam, everything belongs to God. Zakat means both purification and growth. Zakat is mandatory charity, and it is different than voluntary charity. Eligible Muslims pay it on an annual basis. It helps to purify their wealth. Funds collected are distributed to the poor, orphans, and needy in society. Zakat consists of giving 2.5% of one's accumulated wealth, excluding such items as primary residence, car, and professional tools. Islam teaches that helping the needy helps one spiritual growth. Pillar number 4 is fasting. Fasting in the month of Ramadan is obligatory on all adult, sane, and healthy Muslims. Fasting means abstaining from any food, drink, and sexual relations. Muslim fast from dawn to sunset. Fasting teaches self-control and self-restraint. It is highly spiritual activity, constantly reminding the believers to be conscious to God. Fasting teaches Muslims to be in control of their tongue, to be respectful, and to be forgiving. But spiritual uplifting in Ramadan is once again tied with helping the needy. Before the end of Ramadan, every head of the Muslim's household who can afford should pay an amount of about $5 to $8 per member of his or her family to the poor in the area.
That is very considerate of them.
Lastly, number 5 is Hajj, that is, pilgrimage. Hajj is obligatory on every Muslim once in a lifetime for those who can afford it. Hajj is to commemorate the works of Abraham, peace be upon him, his teachings of one God, and his sacrifices in the path of God. He and son Ismail built the Kaaba. When Muhammad, peace be upon him, came, he recalled the commitment of Abraham. To one God, he performed the pilgrimage and asked Muslims to follow.
Does Islam tolerate other belief?
Yes, the Quran states unequivocally, there is no compulsion in religion. Historically, Christians, Jews, have always lived peacefully under the Islamic State.
Thank you very much for the enlightenment, Adi.
You are most welcome, Jane.